Good morning, students. Today we will see about Civics Lesson 1 Indian Constitution. Introduction. The Constitution is the fundamental law of country which reflects the fundamental principles on which the government of that country is based, which means fundamental principles differ from one country to other country. The distribution of power between the various organs of government and between union and the states. The concept of constitution was first originated in USA. The need for a constitution. Each and every democratic countries have a constitution that only governs the people. Making of Indian Constitution. The Constitution of India was framed by a Constituent Assembly set up in 1946. The Assembly consists totally 389 members. From this, representing provinces 292. State 93, Chief Commissioners Provinces 3, and Balochistan. Balochistan refers one of the 4 provinces of Pakistan. The Assembly held its first meeting on December 9, 1946. Dr. Sachidananda Sinha was elected as the temporary president of the Assembly. After his death, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the President of the Assembly. H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari were elected as the Vice President of the Assembly. The Assembly met totally 11 sessions with 166 days. During the session, 2,473 amendments were presented. Some of them were accepted. The Assembly walked through various committees and the draft of Constitution were prepared by the drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He is recognized as the father of Constitution of India. After the draft had been discussed by the people, the press and others, the Constitution was finally adopted on November 26, 1949. It contained a preamble, 22 parts, 395 articles and 8 schedules. The drafted Constitution came to force on 26 January 1950, adopting on November 26, 1949, but came into force on 26 January 1950. This day is known as Republic Day. It is being observed every year. Salient features of Indian Constitution. It is the lengthiest of all written constitution of the world. It has borrowed most of its provinces from the constitutions of various countries. It is partly rigid and partly flexible. Rigid refers stiff. It established a federal system of government. It establishes the parliamentary system not only the center but also in the state. It makes India as a secular state. Secular refers not connected any religious or spiritual. It provides an independent judiciary. It introduced universal adult franchise, which refers rights to vote to all citizens above the age of 18 without any discrimination. It provides single citizenship. It makes special provisions for minorities, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, so on. Scheduled caste refers SC. Scheduled tribes refers ST. Preamble. The term preamble refers to the introduction or preface to the Constitution. It consists the ideals, objectives, basic principles of the Constitution. It contains the summary of the Constitution also. It has great value and has been described as the key to the Constitution. The preamble to the Indian Constitution is based on the Objectives Resolution drafted by Jawaharlal Nehru, which was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on January 22, 1947. It has been amended once by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act of 1976, which added 3 new words. They are socialist, secular, integrity. The preamble begins with the phrase, "We the people of India." This is clearly implies that the Constitution derived its authority from only the people of India. The preamble of our Constitution states that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. Its aims is to secure to all Indian citizens social, economic, and political justice. The Constitution guarantees liberty of thoughts, expression, beliefs, faith, and worship to all. It gives equality of status and of opportunity to all. It wants to promote fraternity among all Indians. Fraternity refers brotherhood, which means sahodharatvam. Fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are set out in Part 3 of Constitution from Articles 12 to 35. The framers of Constitution got inspiration from the Constitution of USA. Originally, the Constitution provided for 7 fundamental rights. At present, there are only 6 fundamental rights. Part 3 of Constitution is rightly explained as the Magna Carta of India. While fundamental rights are available to all persons, certain fundamental rights are available only to the Indian citizen. We have totally 6 fundamental rights. They are rights to equality, rights to freedom, right against exploitation, rights to religion, cultural and educational rights, rights to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies. Article 32. A writ as an order or command issued by a court in writing under its seal. It is in the nature of command or prohibition from performing certain acts which are specified in the court order. Both Supreme or High Court have a more power to issue 5 kinds of writs. They are habeas corpus, mandamus, praeception, quo warranto, certiorari. That's why the Supreme Court is called as guardian of the Constitution. According to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the Article 32 is the heart and soul of the Constitution. Suspension of fundamental rights. When the President makes a proclamation of emergency under Article 352, the freedom guaranteed under Article 19 are automatically suspended. The President can suspend other fundamental rights through specific order. These orders must be approved by the Parliament. But he cannot suspend the freedom given under Article 20 and 21 in any circumstance. Thank you, students.